Hello everyone, welcome to the course of Embedded System and RTOS. This is the course of last year electronics. In this course, we will study various embedded system, its design, and various real-time operating system with the small introduction of Linux and its device driver with the case studies. So we will start from the introduction to embedded system. Its definition: an embedded system is a computer system, a combination of computer processor, computer memory, and input-output peripheral devices that has a dedicated function. This word is important: dedicated function with a larger mechanical or electrical system. So, in short, it will be defined as an embedded system is a system designed to do specific tasks. So its example like camera. So this embedded system will be designed for which purpose? For a specific task, that is it should capture the image only or video, and it should save in JPEG file or PNG file or an MP4 video. Second one is washing machine. Third one is anti-lock brake system, and fourth one is cruise control system. So if you want to use cruise control system, that is your speed of any car will be made constant. There are various other examples like printers, avionics systems, cell phone, cordless phones, VCR, DVD players. These are the examples of embedded system. Let's have a look at the architecture of embedded system. So architecture consists of this software part and hardware part. Hardware part should include various blocks like embedded processor, peripheral devices. Other hardware part is also included, and software part should include application, embedded OS, and other IDE as well. So this is the one embedded system. It should have input and output. If we will compare this embedded system with the camera, so input should be one any image, and not image, input should be any scene, and output should be an image or video. Now the classification of embedded system. Broadly, embedded system is classified into two types, depends on, that is based on performance of functional requirements. Okay, functional requirements. And second one is based on performance of the microcontroller. So this is having four parts again: real time, standalone, network, and mobile. And this is small scale, medium scale, and sophisticated. Now let us see one by one based on the performance and functional requirement. First one is real time, a system which gives a required output, okay, that is embedded system, but in a particular time. So that is important keyword, that is particular time. This type of embedded system follow the time deadlines for completion of the task. Second is standalone. Again, real time is having two parts, that is soft real time and hard real time. Second type is standalone system. Standalone embedded system do not require a host like a computer. It will work by itself. Third one is network. So this type of embedded system are related to network to access the resources, such as various devices used in internet, that is LAN, OLT, FTTH connections. So that embedded system devices are included in network embedded system. Fourth one is mobile. So mobile means what? It will be portable. So mobile embedded system are used in portable embedded device like cell phones, mobiles, digital cameras, MP3 player, and personal digital assistant. Now second type, that is based on performance of the controller. So what does it mean, performance of the controller? If you are using high end controller, so that will be other embedded system, as well as low end. So depends on this one. There are three types, that is small scale. This type of embedded system are designed with the single 8-bit or 16-bit microcontroller that may even be activated by a battery. So it will need what, simple IDE, simple programming it will need. So it will less complicated. Second one is medium scale. This type of embedded system designed with a single or 16 or 32-bit microcontroller. It is consist of RISC architecture, DSP processors. Third one is sophisticated. So this type of embedded system have enormous hardware and software complexity. So that may need application specific instruction processor, again instruction processor, and PLA, scalable or configurable processor. So this is most complicated, and then this one, and then this one. So small scale is less complicated, it will need less software support as well. So sophisticated controller need more software complexity. So up till now we have discussed the topic consists of introduction, example of various embedded systems, architecture of embedded system, and its classification of embedded system. So let's move on to the next video.